Arresto momentum. Arresto momentum. Do cooperate, won't you?
I'm sure it's a bit harder to kill Moondcraft.
Nice try. Reducto. Hang on. Confringo. You'll feel that tomorrow. If you last that long.
Careful.
Reducto.
Confringo. Stupefy.
Reducto. Not so tough now, are ya? Confringo. Stupefy. Showing that. You're bigger. So
You think you're so clever, don't you?
Confringo.
Confringo.
You'll be
Stupefy.
around soon enough. Reducto. Confringo. Oh,
Stupefy. The beasts are safer now. Levioso. Confringo. Arresto momentum. Everything's all right now. Arresto momentum. No need to be difficult. I mean you no harm. Now we can conjure a breeding pen in the room. Best get back to Deke with the Thestrals. Likely this astronomy table will be best used when it's dark. Here's one of those tables Professor Shah mentioned.
Footwork, man! If I could undo all that happened that day, I would! Away from me! I don't want to die. I promise! I cannot do this for all eternity!
I've rescued the Thestrals and bought the spellcraft for the pen.
Excellent. Now, to breed your Thestrals, simply release them into the same vivarium in which you conjure the pen. Then use the pen to start the process. Come and see Deke when you're finished.
I shall. I wonder where I should conjure their pen.
Deke never grows tired of the room's surprises. We now have the perfect place for those Thestrals. Please let Deke know once you've bred them.
I'll look after you. Nothing to identify, for now at least.
You'll never believe what I've learned.
What did you discover in the spellbook we found in the scriptorium?
Salazar Slytherin's spellbook was a little difficult to interpret, but fascinating. Evidently, he encouraged teaching dark magic at Hogwarts. Neither the Imperious Curse nor the Killing Curse was unforgivable during his time. He believed students should be prepared to use dark magic when necessary, not to fear it. That's why we had to use Crucio to gain access to the scriptorium. He didn't want his knowledge shared with anyone who was afraid of the power of dark magic.
It was hard to do, but casting Crucio was our only option.
And I'm glad we did it, because in the spellbook I also found something else. References to a lost relic, which, from what I can tell, grants the holder the power to reverse dark magic curses.
And you think this relic might be able to save Anne?
Precisely. I plan to search for this relic, but I don't think we should tell anyone. Especially Ominous. He wouldn't understand.
I see no reason to involve Ominous.
I'm glad you agree. When I know more, I shall send an owl. And don't feel sorry for Ominous. Keeping this to ourselves for now is for his own good.
I'll decide what's for my own good.
Ominous, we were just about to get some air. Care to join?
You're a liar, Sebastian. I heard everything. You swore you'd never engage in anything to do with dark magic again.
No, I didn't. I said I understood you wanting that. I'd never swear to give up on finding a cure for Anne.
You don't know when to stop, do you?
I know when not to stop. Leave this alone, Ominous. I'll be on my way.
I am not letting this go.
Ominous, Sebastian meant well.
I know what I heard. You knew I wouldn't agree with this. Going after that relic is not a good idea. Sebastian doesn't even realize it, but he's as irresponsible and reckless now as his parents were years ago. It's why they died.
I knew his parents died, but I never heard what happened.
Mr. and Mrs. Sallow were professors. Spent nearly every waking moment in the cellar library. Noses buried in books. Anne and Sebastian were upstairs when it happened. They heard a sudden crash and ran downstairs, but it was too late. Their parents had crumpled to the floor. A defect with the lamp in the cellar caused the room to fill with an undetectable toxin. Sebastian and Anne were helpless. They had no magic yet.
What a horrible story.
It is. That's why I can't understand Sebastian's recklessness. I've practically lost Anne. I cannot lose Sebastian too. Please avoid anything to do with that spellbook.
Those references in the book seem promising.
Everything to do with Salazar Slytherin seems promising until it's too late. I hope Sebastian pursues this no further, but if you think he might, please let me know. It would mean a lot.
Sometimes it seems all roads lead to Hogsmeade.
Pardon me?
Well, what say we show you some of what's available? Doors always open. You be sure to stop by soon. Good for you.
Revelio.
You and all those foul goblins are hiding.
Lumos. Hello. Is there something I can help you with?
How do you do? I'm Satirissa Tugwood, and I have an exciting business proposition for you. Now, it may surprise you to learn that someone of my obvious esteemed lineage would be in business. But I only want to help the less fortunate.
That's incredibly nice of you.
Oh, there's more. You see, I've been experimenting with a new beauty cream. A cream that will rid our glorious school of the hideous, greasy pustules plaguing our poor pubescent classmates. But I've run out of the key ingredient, Boobotuber pus. Boobotubers do grow in the Forbidden Forest, however. If only I could pay someone to collect a few for me.
What precisely are boobotubers?
Disgusting things, really, covered in protrusions. One needs to squeeze them to collect the pus. They smell simply awful and seem to move on their own. Ugh, I wouldn't go near the things if it weren't for my devotion to my classmates.
How on earth did you discover that boobotuber pus clears one's skin?
One cannot rely on spells for all appearance enhancements. The errant cast, for example, could relocate one's eyebrows entirely rather than merely thinning them. My darling and now perpetually surprised-looking neighbour discovered that on her own. Poor thing. I am convinced that beauty potions are the future. I'm forever looking for ways to make this world a more beautiful place. I suspected that if pure boobotuber pus could cause boils, an altered form would likely reverse such abominations. And I was correct.
I can try and find some for you if I have the time.
Marvellous. I'd go myself, but I don't want to. I only need a few boobotubers, but they grow wild, so you'll have to look around. Our spotty classmates are counting on you, so you mustn't tarry.
Into the Forbidden Forest for boobotubers. I hope it's worth the risk. Past the high wing!
Must have been imagining things.
Come out before I... What's this?
Potatoes! Stupid one!
You're quieter than you.
I'll get them. You're the little sod that saved Treadwell.
You Levioso!
Confringo!
Levioso! No! Look alive! Levioso! Levioso!
Aloha, Mora. Arrest the momentum. A castle. Must have been quite stately in its time. Arrest the momentum. Oh, no, you don't. There. I'm not going to hurt you. This is where Sakurissa said to go. Now where are those booba tubers? Revelio! Just my luck, a troll. Confringo! Potato! Stupefy! Stupefy! Potato! Stupefy! Stupefy! Crucible! Stupefy! 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 Oh, that smells awful. Only 4 more, thank goodness. Revelio. Revelio.
Confringo! So very weak. Confringo! Incendio! Potato! Confringo!
That should do it. I'd better get back to Saccharissa now.
You will not survive this fight!
Betting on the dragon fights was the best decision I've made yet.
No need to race now, my friend. Saccharissa, I found the tubers you needed.
Splendid. I hope it wasn't too much trouble. May I have them?
Of course. Happy to have found them for you.
Thank you. And your payment, of course. Now I can begin perfecting my potion to save our poor pimply peers. Don't know who should be more grateful, I or our unsightly spotty classmates. One day the wizarding world will know my name, and you will have been a small part of it.
Careful of the mandrakes. I haven't fed them yet.
Well, what say we show you some of what's available? Doors always open. You be sure to stop by soon.
Hogsmeade, here I come.
I'm told. Welcome. Come on in. Now, where was I? Right. Oh, yes. Let me guess. You're after something fresh. Now, you let me know if there's anything else I can help you with. No one can say I don't keep a stacked shelf.
How many owls do you think Hogwarts has?
Tried what I thought was a smoothing elixir for my hair. Oh, I think I was tricked. Smells like flobberworm mucus. Oh.
I went to the lake once. Wanted to have a sing-song just by myself.
My aunt made some amortentia once because she wasn't getting along well with my uncle.
My sister read my diary. Oh, entirely unfair that my mother wouldn't let me put a locking charm on it.
My father writes to me every week asking about classes and wondering if I've made any new friends. Dread mail. Every time our owl appears in the Great Hall, I simply cringe.
Don't talk to me about humiliation. My broom went up like a bit of flint the other day.
I tried to brew some Amortentia once. It was an awful disaster. I thought he'd take an interest in me.
Tradition in my family to play a game of Quidditch on the moors during the holidays.
Oh, my mother makes the most delicious Allahatsi fudge every Christmas. And then fit into my school robes when it's time to come back.
All of my siblings have finished at Hogwarts. Nice to be here on my own for once.
Never a dull moment when I go home for the holidays. Last year, my mother swore she heard a banshee. She couldn't sleep for fear that one of us was doomed.
My entire family's been sorted into Hufflepuff. Except for me, that is. Makes sense. Not one for hard work, if I'm honest.
I adore playing wizard chess with my siblings. A bit violent, but Father says it's a good way to get out our frustrations.
Anyone could outdo the best of muggles to offer any day.
Try riding a hippogriff. You'll soon learn that Kagawa's techniques are lacking practical uses.
My family has a lineage of exemplary flyers. It's no wonder Splintwitches is desperate for me to buy a broom there.
Well, Madame Kagawa said she's never seen anyone with such form on a broom. She even had the rest of the class watch me to see how it's done.
Nobody can do a hex like me, and I dare you to prove me wrong. You saw that first year with the engorged head. That was me.
I don't think it's anything special if your family works in the ministry. Makes them a boring lot if you ask me.
I once flew to Ipswich and back. Yes, I did. Don't look at me like that. I've seen all the malls. Every one of them. They all look the same.
Showing off is a muggle trait. You don't see that sort of behavior in the Wizardry world.
I can't imagine.
It's been ages since I've sent an owl back home. My father will be worrying. Perhaps next week.
I hope to have an owl of my own one day.
Owls must be incredibly intelligent to deliver all those letters. I still get lost looking for our common room.
I don't send many owls to myself, but it is nice to get them. What? Don't look at me like that.
Once, my sister sent me a howler simply because I brought one of her scarves to school with me. She never even wears it.
I never know what to say when I write to my mother. Hello, Mother. Classes are horrendously boring, and Professor Binns is still as dull as when you were in school.
During the holidays?
My brother just started Hogwarts as a Gryffindor. Thought for certain he'd be Slytherin. Cunning as he is.
I'm glad I don't have to stay in the castle for the holidays. I find the moving staircases unnerving when no one's around.
Oh, my mother makes the most delicious Allahatsi fudge every Christmas. Can barely fit into my school robes when it's time to come back.
I miss playing gobstones on the kitchen floor with my cousins. Not the same here in the courtyard.
Never a dull moment when I go home for the holidays. Last year, my mother swore she heard a banshee. She couldn't sleep for fear that one of us was doomed.
All of my siblings have finished at Hogwarts. Nice to be here on my own for once.
My entire family.
Oh, it's you! Just the person I need.
Samantha, is everything all right?
No, it's not. It's my brother William. The one I told you about after Charms class. He's been cursed. He ignored my warning and now he's lying in St. Mungo's looking completely pathetic. He simply never listens.
I'm sorry, how exactly has he been cursed?
Oh, you won't believe it. Truly, but his feet were turned into purple beets. You can imagine his distress. And mine. I won't even go into the attention he was getting from our garden rabbits before he admitted himself to hospital.
I'm so sorry. That sounds like a trying situation.
I'm glad you understand. Everyone else just laughs at me as if it's a joke. No compassion at all.
Well, it is an unusual situation. How did your brother end up like this?
It's entirely his own fault. I told him about some research I'd done recently on our ancestor Marmaduke Dale. In particular, my discovery that Marmaduke's tomb was cursed. My brother's always making fun of my discoveries. This time, he laughed in my face. Told me I'd misinterpreted my findings. As if that were possible. And to prove his point, he went right up to the entrance of the tomb and poof! His feet transfigured into beets.
How awful. I can see why you're upset. He definitely needs some help.
Exactly. He may be a cape flapper, but he's still my brother. And no one deserves such a fate to last forever, especially as the result of a single brainless mistake. Now I worry that if the curse isn't reversed, it could become permanent.
Can't the curse be broken?
Possibly. The curse stems from a crest that was stolen from Marmaduke. If the crest were returned to its rightful place upon his sarcophagus, then I believe that William's feet may be restored. You battled trolls when they attacked Hogsmeade, escaped a dragon, and I could tell by your work in charms that you're a skilled spellcaster. Returning a crest to a sarcophagus should be almost effortless for you. So, will you help us?
Why was Marmaduke's tomb cursed?
The curse is the result of an intense sibling rivalry between Granham Dale and his younger brother Marmaduke. Marmaduke was a famed herbologist, and Granham resented the attention that he received.
Sibling rivalry? Sounds as if it might run in the family.
But I would never intentionally curse my brother, not like Granham did. When their mother died, Marmaduke was given the prized family crest. Granham felt that as the eldest child, he should have been given it. Years later, when Marmaduke died, Granham stole it and cursed the tomb so that none in the Dale family could ever pay their respects.
How do you know it's safe? I don't want my feet to turn into beets as well.
Oh, but the curse only applies to Marmaduke's descendants, as my brother so aptly demonstrated. That's why I need your help. You're unrelated to my family, so the curse wouldn't affect you.
Why is your ancestor so well known?
He discovered the properties of several magical herbs and plants. He also uncovered numerous types of flora. The wizarding world owes him a great debt. His work not only impacted the discipline of herbology, but also potion making.
I can take the crest to Marmaduke's sarcophagus for you.
Oh, thank you! Thank you so much! You'll simply go into the tomb where Marmaduke was laid to rest and place the crest on top of his sarcophagus. According to my research, the tomb's been abandoned for centuries, so it should be a fairly simple task. You'll find it just east of the hamlet of Brockborough. Thank you for your help. My family is indebted to you.
What was it you needed my help with, Samantha?
You were going into the tomb east of Brockborough where my ancestor was laid to rest. There, you were to place a crest upon his sarcophagus. I'm hoping that will reverse the curse that has turned my brother's feet to beads.
I need... I've finished the activities you assigned me, Professor Garlick.
Wonderful! I hope you gained a greater appreciation for the flora in our lives. I am forever enraptured by it. Just yesterday, I spent hours pruning my self-fertilizing shrubs and flutterby bushes. Didn't realize how long I'd been at it until the sun began to set. Well, if there's one thing I love to see more than my plants thriving, it's one of my students doing the same. Now, ready to learn Flipendo? Chin up, keep a light grip, and it's all in the wrist. Let's see you give it a go. You will want to focus with this spell. Nothing as mortifying as knocking back a colleague when all you wanted to do was move a few pots. Wonderfully done! If you'd like to practice... Welcome to do so here in the greenhouse. Just mind the plants, please. Look at that. You're a natural.